And he is now joining us live. He is back with WWE, the superstar CM Punk. When you have the last name Punk.
It's a nickname.
Anti-establishment, rebel, the voice of the voiceless. All right, you're at WWE, you're a star. You get into a well-documented feud. You say, I'm done. You leave.
Yeah.
Why come back?
Well, I'm not back. I work with you now.
But that's back.
I'm a Fox employee.
Fox, WWE.
You don't work for the NFL.
No, but I am in conjunction.
Right. So I guess I'm in conjunction.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask
I'm
you.
WWE adjacent.
So you are no filter guy. You're outspoken guy. That's why you get so popular. That's not part. You're an authentic guy. You're not a guy that worries too much about filter. Are you concerned that as a no filter guy, that's not only your brand, it's who you are, that you could upset the WWE?
I'm not concerned about it. I think that's honestly the appeal of the job, right? You know, we're going to pay you to come here and be an analyst, and you get to critique the old place you work at. You know, and I'm not here just to be a spoiler, and I'm not here to pour gasoline on anything and just set everything on fire. Like I think deep down, I loved pro wrestling as a kid, and I think it could be better. And I always voiced my concerns and criticisms while I worked there, and now I don't work there, and now I can't get in trouble for it.
Okay, 6 years ago you left.
Yeah.
Do you believe the product is as good as it was? Is there something you would change? What do you like? What are you not completely satisfied with?
I think it's pro wrestling. It's supposed to be a little bit dirty and a little bit grimy. I think everything's overproduced, and if I could draw a correlation to the NFL, you know, I think it's almost the same across the board. You know, you look at New York City and Times Square, what it used to be and what it is now. And now it's just like this giant thing where it's just like overproduced and flashing lights. And I feel like I'm going to have a seizure when I walk down there, you know?
Yes.
And now they do that with everything. And you know, I think the NFL to an extent is almost the same thing. The referees, you know, like what's a pass interference call? Like what's a roughing call now? They're throwing flags on everything. And it's just like, let the guys play football. And I feel the same way about WWE. Let them wrestle.
What
let
about
the women and let the men, just let them be themselves. And they can develop their own character.
CM Punk, let's talk about the women's division. I actually think that's the strength of it now.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, for sure. I literally, no lie, I haven't watched wrestling steady probably 2 years while I was still there. I wasn't watching. You know what I mean? You're just inundated with so much. I don't know how many football players, hockey players, baseball players, after a whole season in the off season, watch their sport. Yeah. You know, I'm sure some do.
Not as many as you'd think.
A lot of them take breaks, you know, and I think that's healthy. The women are absolutely killing it.
Yeah. The women's division is right now the strength of the WWE. Now, let me ask you about this. When you were wrestling, I went to my first event about a year ago. I think I told you this, Joy. I was shocked. It is a 52-week production. Yeah. The event ends, and within 12 minutes, people are in vans going to the next city. And I mean, like wrestlers.
Yeah.
Is it physically daunting? That was part of your exit, just needed an emotional, physical break.
Yeah, emotional, physical, spiritual. Yeah, absolutely. I was a shell of myself, and I realized that the little time at home I did get, I couldn't get out of bed. You're just like shell shocked.
Yeah, you're tired. 52 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 52 weeks. I debuted on television 2006, and I didn't get a break until I left. You know.
Now, but the good news is you became a superstar. You made a lot of money. It allows you, a Chicago boy who loves the Bears and the Blackhawks and the Cubs. It's Cubs, right? Not White Sox?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, you're
correct.
more Cubs fan.
Yeah.
It allowed you some financial freedoms you didn't have. What is it like being a superstar 52 weeks a year? There is no off season like Tom gets.
Right. I don't like calling myself a celebrity. I don't like referring to myself as a superstar, but I just think that's who I am. But the reality of it is, I can't go to Starbucks without somebody, asking me for an autograph or a picture.
The phone's made
it
worse for all.
Yeah, but and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's situational. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But it's afforded me this lifestyle. Yeah,
it's amazing.
So you have to take the bad with the good.
Who was your favorite wrestler when you were
Roddy Piper?
Why is everybody? The love is unanimous.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest dude, right? So I'm in the WWE surrounded by all these
Right.
these giant guys, and I always looked up to Roddy Piper because he was a smaller guy and it was the same situation. Like he had a mouth on him. That's just who I was. I always had a mouth on me. So you look at a guy like that, and it's representation, right? I saw myself in Roddy Piper. I saw, well, this guy did it. I can do it.
Do you think when you come back to the sport, I think wrestling's at its best when it makes the people who own it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I've always thought there was a little Stone Cold could make you a little uncomfortable. Yeah. Hulk Hogan made you a little uncomfortable. Would you like to see the WWE occasionally go off the rails?
Well, Hogan makes you uncomfortable
for a lot of reasons.
For a whole lot of reasons. Would I like them to? It goes back to let people breathe, let people be themselves, let people be less scripted. If everybody is speaking from one voice, one person's writing the script, the dialogue's all the same from one person. It's just that. It's one voice.
Yeah.
It's
you like several voices.
Imagine, I keep trying to correlate things to football because I know that's predominantly the people who watch this show. And,
of course.
That's your thing. Like imagine every quarterback in the NFL running the same play every Sunday and every Thursday.
Right.
Every Monday.
By the
it's
way,
like,
what's making the NFL great right now, CM, is Lamar Jackson, is Kyler Murray, is all these new guys who are running around. I was also struck when I went to an event, CM Punk joining us, I was struck by the quality of the symmetry and the efficiency of the moment. When you're in an event and you're in it and you're 40 minutes into it. These title fights, these are 45 minutes. You have to be in incredible shape. What was your training regimen?
You train, you literally, you fly into a city, you get your own rental car, you go directly to a gym, you work out, you go to the show, you do the show, you pack up, you go to the next town, you check into a hotel, you wake up, you go to a gym. That was my schedule. Yeah, absolutely.
Your body fat is 8%?
Right now, mine now, I don't know. I was always I wasn't a body guy, you know what I mean? And I've never done drugs in my life, so
Did you think you were popular because you weren't a body guy?
Yeah, no, I definitely do. Like I said, it's the same thing where is representation. I saw, and it's why I think the women are so important. What I saw in Roddy Piper, I saw, oh, that's me. So I think a lot of people, guys like Randy Orton have 8 abs and 6-inch lifts in his boots, so he's 6'8" and all this stuff, and then there was me, just covered in tattoos, and I was the first guy from the independent scene to kind of
Listen, it's amazing what lands.
Yeah,
it's amazing. You can look at some of these guys that the WWE has put the marketing behind, and they don't connect. When was the first moment you knew? This is working. I have connected with the American public.
The first moment I knew in the WWE that I have connected, but it's also the first moment I knew I was screwed. It was my first pay-per-view. It was November 2006. I made my pay-per-view debut at Survivor Series.
And it popped.
And I was in the ring with the Hardy Boys, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels, and 18,000 people in Philadelphia were chanting for me.
Wow.
And that moment, I remember looking right at Triple H, and I was like, I'm screwed. They're not gonna like this. They're not gonna like this.
The anti-establishment guy had become the star.
Yeah, I was like, this is gonna hurt me more than it helps. But it was a cool moment.
All right, this is part of the Fox family. It's the best I've ever been treated in my life. They let you be outspoken. It's fun.
Which is funny because you've kind of always been an anti-wrestling guy.
Well, no, I was. For years I was, and I like giving people a hard time.
Absolutely. No, I get it.
CM Punk, see you tomorrow. Thank you, sir.